So not like you went to an Ivy League school and then went to like be shot off right away. I mean, the first 10 years of your career weren't taken off. So what do you, how did you kind of do that for yourself? Was there a series of moments? Did you get coaching to be able to realize that the results you were creating weren't what you wanted, and then to really do the work, think bigger?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I, my background was in acting. And I think that being an actor and doing it at a high level, right? I mean, I mean, I didn't have like a lot of success in my career, but like as far as the training I was having and all that stuff, it was at a very high level. Like a lot of the people that I worked with and grew up with are really pretty famous right now.
Really?
Um, so just being an actor, you just become very aware of your own psychology and the impact of your beliefs and your emotional triggers and sort of like where those buttons are. You know, if you have to cry in a scene, you have to know what is that trigger for you that you can think about that's going to produce that response in you, right? So just as an actor, you know, you're aware of emotionally what's going on with you and psychologically. And I was a bartender from age 21 to age 31. And you know, it's funny because the entire time I was bartending, I was doing whatever mindset work I knew how to do at that time. Like I would do, you know, affirmations or gratitude or affirmative prayer or whatever. You know, I had different things I was doing back then. But here's the thing, man. I would say to myself, you know, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm successful. I'm successful. But, and anybody can do that. Most people won't even do that, right? But anybody can
Right.
set goals and do affirmations, right? But I think what really gets people is that it's not enough to just do those affirmations. It's not enough to just do that work. You can't tell yourself, thank you, thank you, thank you, that I'm a multimillionaire for 15 minutes out of the day, and then spend the other 23 hours and 45 minutes living in a way that completely contradicts that. And that's what I was doing. You know, I started my online business. I was making an extra couple $100 a week, which was kind of cool, an extra
What
maybe
year was
600.
this around?
This was around 2010, I
2010.
think.
You're at this point, you're like 30, early 30s.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was right after I turned 30 because I turned 30 and I was like, oh my God, I got to do something with my life, right? My
Yeah.
30th birthday, I was sitting in the lobby bar of the Palazzo Hotel with my girlfriend, who's now my wife, just crying into my drink like a fool
Really?
because my life sucked so much and I thought I was going to be so much more successful by the time I was 30, and I was like, I got to do something about this. So I did some research into doing an online business, and all I wanted to do at that point was get out from behind the bar. I was like, I can't pour another
Right.
drink. Like I just can't. You know, I
That must
still
have
want to
been
do acting.
brutal
I still
watching.
want to, you know,
That must have
what?
been brutal. You know, you're going to lead acting, like you have the big aspiration, and see your peers, some of the people become some famous actors, actresses. That must have been wow.
It was very, 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 very tough because they were more talented than me in some things, but they weren't more talented than me in everything. And they would even say that, like, you know, I might not have been the best singer or dancer, but when it came to just like straight acting, I was really great at that part. Um, but yes, it was very tough. And that's part of why, like when I turned 30, I was like, something has to give here. I'm not going to be a 40-year-old bartender, waiter, you know, trying to make it work. And in the beginning, Michael, I just wanted to make an extra $100 a day. I was like, if I could figure out how to make $100 a day, dude, I wouldn't have to bartend anymore. And that's like $3,000 a month. What would I even do with that much money if I didn't have to work anymore? That was like my thing. And so I just kind of just started trying different stuff online, man. I started trying, you know, affiliate marketing or like selling ebooks or this or that or the other thing. But going back to what I was talking about before, I kind of had the wheels turning, right? Where I was making an extra $100, $200 a week, right? Not nearly enough where I could actually quit my job. And one day I thought to myself, you know what, man, what am I doing here? I'm sitting here every day saying, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Thank you that I'm so successful. Thank you that I'm so successful. What am I doing? I'm going to my bartending job every day. And if I were really a millionaire, would I still be bartending? No. So what would happen if I actually put my money where my mouth was and jumped off the cliff and quit my bartending job, even though I'm not making enough money online to support myself? And somehow intuitively, I just knew that that's what I needed to do. And so I took that risk and I quit my job and I figured, what the hell, man? If it goes south, I could borrow money somehow, some way, stay alive, and then get another bartending job. But if it goes right, this could change the rest of my life. And I remember on my last day, I think I've talked about this before. My last day, I walk out of the bar really happy and excited and elated. And I get in my car and I turn on the radio, and just randomly that song Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder was playing. And there's this amazing part where he goes, we can't lose if God's on our side. I find strength or in the tears we've cried, or something like that. And when I turned it on, it was right at that part. And I remember just like sitting in my car, like crying and like sobbing with joy that I'd finally gotten out from behind the bar.
Wow.
And I felt alive for the first time in my life, because whatever was going to happen to me was my doing. It was my destiny at that point. When I was a bartender, I was just very aware that I could get fired at any minute. I didn't think I was going to get fired, but like a lot of people around me got fired, and for apparently no reason. So it was just like my fate, my future is in someone else's hands. My manager has a bad day, he fires me, it's over. For the first time, if I was going to succeed or if I was going to fail, it was on me. And I felt that in a really powerful way. So I went to bed that night, ecstatic, excited, filled with enthusiasm, woke up the next morning in absolute mortal terror of just like, what have I done? But what was crazy was that fear and adrenaline. I've never worked harder in my life. I've never been more focused in my life. 6 a.m. I'm at Starbucks because I didn't even have good internet where I live. I'm at Starbucks with my laptop, like furiously trying to do stuff to build this business. And, man, and it worked. And then that, like, long story short, that first year I made $250,000, which was, I don't think I had ever made more than 20 grand, maybe 22 grand a year as a bartender in 10 years. In my first year online, it was, I did $250,000. Wow. And, but my point is that it's not enough to think positive. It's not enough to do the gratitude and do the affirmations, because at some point you're going to be faced with a situation where you have to take that leap of faith. And if you don't take it, it's like the universe, God, whatever, says, oh, Michael was doing all those affirmations, but he didn't really mean it. Because if he really meant it, he would have jumped.
Yeah. So, and you've had to do this over and over. I remember when we were working together, you were at $1 million, 1.5 million, and you were saying we're going to do $10 million next year. You said it very confidently. Like, I was like, okay. I mean,
acting.
Normally, you're at 1.5. You're like, okay, let me go to 2 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And then now you're talking about going to 50 million, and then over 100 million
mm-hmm.
size company.